Our recording. This will be posted on the blockchain. We'll also put some questions and answers on the blockchain. We'll make a nice little post for you all. And without ado, let me introduce the founder of Royal Reptiles Gaming Studio, Justin, also known here on Discord as JBoss. Go ahead and give the folks here a brief description about yourself, the game, the project, and we'll get into asking you some questions, sir.
What's going on, everybody? Glad you can make it today. So, as you all know, Psyber X is pretty much our, passion project here. Super happy to be doing this, and the support we've got from the HIVE community has been awesome. Just glad to have everybody here and answer some questions that everybody has in one place, so everybody can resort back to that, and let's get the ball rolling.
All right, folks, we'll start with 10 questions that have been prepared by various community members in various Discords and post comments and different places. And then we'll go to a live Q&A where you can put your hands up and we'll invite you to the stage and you can give Justin the tough questions and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and...
Hey, Troy, your microphone seems really low. Maybe it's just that I'm stuck on mobile, but...
All right. Is that any better? I'll move closer and speak up. Looking at the settings as well real quick. I'm turned all the way up, it looks like. Oh no, there we go. How's that? A little better? 1, 2? Or is that too much?
No, I think it's just me. That's all right. I'll just have to really focus here.
All right, I will try to speak up for you. And yeah, I'll try to speak up for you and make sure you can hear me. We'll also copy and paste these questions in the chat one at a time. So we'll start with question 1. Will the game be free? This is a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason. The person asking the question was referencing the first-person shooter industry and crypto blockchain gaming as well. The conversation just led to this question. So the first game in crypto that does a no investment play to earn will be huge. It's doable. People just don't want to do it because they won't make money. That's every dev in crypto land's mission, make money. So right away he's got some concerns. This was, I believe, might have been the bro Discord. But basically had some concerns there on us basically charging a ton of money to get into the game like most of these. Yes, this is being recorded, by the way. So again, the question is, it's in AMA chat for you, is will the game be free?
So our plan is, and I'm sure a lot, just about everybody is very familiar, the barrier of entry is going to be very small. We don't want a player to have to pay $500, $600, $700 just to be able to play the game one time. And this happens a lot in this industry. We want people to be able to play and try out the game before, and gain some interest. We want people to be interested in the game before they spend this crazy amount of money or just any money at all. We just want people to be able to jump in with as little as, 1 level token or 10 level tokens, or if the prices increase significantly, you'll be able to pay for, 1/1000th of a level token, depending on, how the tournament's set up, or pretty much we just want the barrier of entry low so everybody can play.
All right, let's roll on to question number 2. Can we see where the money goes? And then the question goes into detail. See, if you said that they're doing a land sale, which, what a coincidence, and it's going to generate $2 million, and 20% is going to go to the dev team and 80% to marketing and advertising, I would be cool. But if that happened, 95% would go to the devs. An ad would be put up together for some shit somewhere. It happens every time. Go ahead.
So I've seen that multiple times as well, where the team will raise an absorbent amount of money for some type of marketing campaign, and it just turns out to be, you know, a bust. I mean, they hype it up like it's some huge organization that they're partnering with, and then, you know, it just turns into nothing. Yes, we are going to be doing a land sale. There's more details on that later. But as far as seeing where the money goes, absolutely. What we plan on doing is, from the land sale, we're going to be powering up HIVE. That way we can pretty much just give it back to the people that are posting about Psyber X, and we're going to be doing a lot more marketing. We're going to be hiring a couple YouTube stars. Hopefully we can afford that, but it really just depends on how well the land sale goes. I mean, the game itself is funded, but now we're just looking at additions for the future. So yes, we can see where the money is going to be going, and we will make reports as time goes on as well.
All right, and just to expand on that a little bit, in the little preview kind of post I gave the heads up of these founder kits, or these starter kits that are being sold with the alpha land plots. Hold on, I'm having a problem here. All right, I'm back. So I basically list allocations where we plan on putting the money, so it can all be seen. We will, like J-Boss said there, we will expand on that. We will go into detail, and we are going to be transparent. So here comes question 3. You mentioned the leveling of your NFTs by using them in play. One thing that keeps players engaged, especially when starting a game, is the unlocking the progression through levels, etc. This is something I kind of miss in blockchain gaming, as often leveling is tied to large sums of money instead of actually playing, or the amount of time needed to make a micro bit of progression is huge. Could you elaborate a bit on this aspect and how Psyber X will likely go about this?
So I was reading the other question from Nunso Writes. That's a good question. So let me read this one real quick. Sorry. Yes. So we actually plan a system where your weapons will level up in the future. That way, you know, you are pretty much incentivized to keep playing instead of just collecting an NFT and using it for, you know, whenever the moment is right. You could actually level up your weapon and get increased stats on it, you know, extra equipment on it, different scopes, different, you know, magazines. I mean, it really depends on the weapon, of course, but yeah, we definitely plan on NFT leveling. And also renting. If you rent a weapon to somebody, you can actually still increase the weapon's, you know, level, even though you're not using it. So we think that's another good implementation for the game as well.
All right. Some exciting stuff, it sounds like there. Coming on to question number 4. And this is a similar kind of question to the will the game be free, but I included this one because they're not only asking for the amount to jump in and play, which I'm sure you'll cover here, but the amount for entry into the game. Like, basically getting a couple toys and making it fun.
Kind of went into detail on this one on the first question. Essentially, you're going to be able to play the game with pretty much no money. I mean, you're not going to have the best time, but you can. We plan on setting up tournaments that will be free and paid for new players on boarding, but in the future, other players will actually be making the tournaments for players to join. Let's say Troy starts a tournament that requires 10 level tokens to join. Everybody uses 10 level tokens as their entry fee. Everybody pays that. The winning team receives, the sum of all that. The losing team loses their 10 level token. This will be expanded in both directions. I mean, it really just depends on your risk tolerance. But you can play as little as pretty much nothing. Just like tournaments in Splinterlands, that's pretty much how this will be set up, but a lot better.
Okay, question number 5. Every purchase and transactions in the application will and should be done in level, correct?
That's correct. On the marketplace, everything will be purchasable with level, HIVE, or HBD. It just depends on the preference of the seller.
Sorry, I'm not moving fast enough for you here. So, question number 6. How hard will it be to set up my own vending district? This one was asked by Engine Witty. He wants to set up his own pimp district, for example.
Yeah, I remember that question from a while ago. So pretty much that's where the land will come into play. You'll be able to set up your own pretty much compound. That's our original vision for the land plots. You'll have pretty much like a place where, your gang or guild or clan can actually meet up and as a safe zone, or, it can get invaded as well. You won't lose that property, but you're going to have a fun time cleaning it up after somebody wrecks it. But you can set up, restaurants, you can set up bars in the future. This is all planned for phase 2. Obviously, it's down the road, but we're getting set up and we're ready for this in the future.
All right, question number 7. Will it be possible to create a very small Carnival-Like shooting game while people are waiting for the full game to be released?
That's got to be Bob's question. Me and him talked about that on the phone yesterday.
Indeed, Bob's question.
Yeah. So it will be possible if it's voted on in the future. At first, we will be making content. 1 second. Sorry, the puppy came in. So, yes, we will have stuff like that. It just has to be voted on in the future. We'll be adding content that's pretty much voted on to be added in. The first, biggest, I want to say, releases will probably have, gun manufacturing. We'll have gun manufacturing plants. Gunsmiths, pretty much armor smiths, everything along that line will probably come first before some of the smaller little niche markets, but we'll see.
All right, bear with me, folks. I'm adding questions and bringing them over as well. So that was question 7, so I'm bringing number 8 in. Will level tokens be stakeable at some point, or will there be swap pools?
We do not plan a staking mechanism for level token as of this time. We want to keep it liquid. That way it's able to be used in game and wherever it's needed. We do plan on having swap pools, hopefully in the near future. There are a couple other developments that we have planned as well.
All right, on to question 9. Can you expound upon the concept of the game? It'd be cool to hear the vision from the developer's mouth versus we will be like Fortnite with 50 versus 50 combat.
So essentially the game will be played. So 50 versus 50 combat will happen. I don't know if anyone has ever played called Big Team Battles. I think I cut out. So in Halo, there was a gameplay style called Big Team Battles. Big Team Battles was pretty much like 50 players versus 50 players. You had capture the flag. You had, just a giant death match. And that's what we plan on doing for the 50 versus 50. I mean, it will be similar to Fortnite in the aspect that, everybody's going to be going after each other. But there will be, the Battle Royale style combat where it's everyone for themselves. But you will have a 50 versus 50, like capture the flag, for instance, or deathmatch. And then that's the highest amount of players that we'll have. We'll have 10 versus 10. We'll have, 3-on-3, 6-on-6. I mean, it just depends on who is setting up the tournament and the amount of players that you want on each team. That's just the max amount of players that you'll have in one instance.
All right, moving on to question 10. Why HIVE? Most developers would rather develop on a bigger chain like Solana and Ethereum. Why so HIVE? Question mark.
So HIVE has 2 huge factors to it, or let's say 3. So first is there's no fees. I mean, unless somebody has built the front end of whatever application you're using, there are no fees on HIVE. And that's only collected by the developers that the application that you're using. 2, it's instant. I mean, for an FPS game where there could be potentially millions of people playing it, that's huge. I mean, we do plan on setting up a witness very soon, and we plan on probably ranking up to at least 5 or 6 by the end of next year. That way we are able to concentrate on our transactions. And number 3, HIVE is a front end for our game. It's essentially marketing itself on Web 3.0, and we get to talk about what we love without having to go back to Web 2.0, which is Twitter. And I mean, we could pretty much extract everything that we use on HIVE and put it on Web 2.0. So it's self-fulfilling.
Awesome. Moving on, question 11. Most times when a player wants to sell his NFTs or perhaps land, He lists it on the market and waits for an interested buyer to come for it. Will Psyber X operate in similar manner, or will they offer an automatic market maker where players sell their NFTs easily?
So this is where the marketplace comes into effect. As most know, we are building out our marketplace. You'll be able to pretty much send over every NFT that you've accumulated so far to the marketplace and be able to list it, sell it, not rent or lease yet, because that wouldn't make sense as the game is not ready to be played yet. But as soon as it is, those options will become available. We'll also have an inventory screen, which you will be pretty much locking in what you're going to be playing with during Psyber X.
Alright, so my computer's just goofing up a little there, it's getting stuck. So, next question is number 12. What are the benefits of owning land? And if you are like me, not a developer or modder, just an average old man gamer? I think that might have been a Papa Crusher question.
We got a lot of people that could have been. No names though. So essentially, land will come with cookie cutter type of styles at the beginning. So let's say you have let's say you want to set up a bar. Me and Bob were talking about this yesterday. So let's say you want to set up a bar. You'll have pretty much the full template to be able to just copy and paste that onto your land, and you can operate it just like that. But if you want to go a little bit deeper into it, you have the puzzle pieces to be able to create your own stylized bar. I mean, we'll give you the tools to be able to do that, but it doesn't have to be anything that you need to develop yourself. The modding community will come in later. A lot of people here probably have been on Steam, where you have Gary's mod and games that have been out for 10 plus years, but there's still a modding community behind it, and they're still adding to it. We want to incentivize those modders to continue adding content to the game where we can't focus on as much, and we're able to incentivize that new content.
Outstanding. Coming to question number 12. What are the benefits for owning... Wait, damn it.
Same one, dude.
My mistake. I copied it, I swear, and what happened was it didn't take. So I'm going to delete that question. And I'm going to recopy this again. Alright. I was wondering, concerning the game, if you were to buy stuff like weapons or armor for your character, would they be primarily cosmetic, or would the items be pay to win?
So they will be cosmetic, but they will have different features that will help you. So let me give an example for this one. So Call of Duty, when you first start out in the game, you have your standard weapons. You have weapons, and you're able to rank up, and you're able to achieve other weapons that are better. Not necessarily because they'll help you win. It's going to change your gameplay style. It's going to increase, it'll just make the game more playable. And you've unlocked different features. That's how we plan it. So pretty much you can kill somebody that has max level everything as a level 1 character or just started playing, but it's not going to be as easy.
All right, moving to question 14. Are you open to integrating the alpha version with other tokens? If not, why?
Level will be the only token that we use currently in Psyber X. We do have quite a few wrapped tokens that are in the works. I'm working on the front end for that. Currently, we should have a wrapped token out hopefully within the next week, and we'll start listing on exchanges very soon as well.
Are you open to integrating the alpha version with other tokens? If so, why not?
Same one.
Oh, I did it again? I even read it. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. This is my first AMA. You gotta bear with me here. I know I'm already fired. It's my first day. So I'm gonna get you number 15 now. I don't know how I just... Alright, one more again. I promise. Alright, question 15. In terms of our controllable avatar, what will be able to be customized? I.e. the stats, strength, agility, or will it just be cosmetic changes only?
So by character, it will actually change. So each character will have different stats or strength or agility, and then you can add on to that with perks, similar to, once again, Call of Duty, where you can add, let's say, silent stat or, sit rep or anything along that line. That's how you can increase the character that you choose, overall playability and abilities. So as far as the characters go, that will be your biggest differences. They'll have different stats, strength, agility, everything along that line.
All right, so we are past the prepared questions that I have been compiling, and we are asking live ones. I noticed somebody in the crowd has mentioned that they want to speak on voice. So if you have sent a question in and you would like to speak, go ahead and raise your hand on the stage room if you have a question, and type it in the room, and we'll call you up and you can ask it yourself. I don't have to read it. Obviously, I'm reading the same one two times now, so I could use all the help I could get, obviously. And moving on to question 16. Get this rolling. Can different matches be held concurrently or at a time as hosted?
So if you host a match, you will have to participate. So it would be impossible to host one and have a different match going.
Alright, you answered fast on that one. I'm gonna double check. Alright, we're on 17. Will Psyber X... Oh, we've covered this, but it was included because how about cross-chain applications for Psyber X. But the second part of it was, how reliant is Psyber X on tribal decks? I'm not sure what that means, but there it is.
Not sure really 100% understand this question, but as far as volume, or I don't really understand this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I think this was from Jim Crypto. Where are the tokens tradable? Oh yeah, just on the market right now in the dexes, Jim. And we are looking at doing an LP pool in the future here pretty soon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take us on to the next question. Number 18. is Psyber X a PvP battle kind of game? If yes, will there be a demo section to the game where a player can probably rehearse with an AI? And if not, when should one be expected?
Yeah, I was just talking with Bob about this yesterday. So we plan on making a small little single player demo where you can fight against a bot. Sorry, the baby just came in.
Hey, let him have the mic, man. Babies are great for AMAs. He'll answer the tough questions for you. All right, while we wait for him.
Sorry about that. What was the question again?
Okay, they've been chatting, so it got buried a little bit. Here is Psyber X PvP, player versus player battle kind of game. And is yes, will there be a demo section where they can rehearse with AI and kind of learn the game? And what should one be expecting?
Correct. Yeah, we plan on giving out like a single player version in the near future, probably close before in Q2 when we start testing. And as far as fighting against the AI, we're currently building that. Hopefully, we'll be able to pass out an even smaller version here in the near future. That way, everybody's able to just get their hands on it and check it out and just look around and see the environment.
All right, question. Let me check the stage here real quick. I see one hand up. Bellamo. Let's see, do we have a question from you in there, Bellamo? Let's go ahead and invite Bellamo up to the stage and let him ask his question. You should see a little notification. Oh, there you are. Go ahead, Bellamo. The stage is yours.
What's going on,
man? Hey, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Thank you. Yeah, good day to everybody. I have a couple of questions. I play Call of Duty and I play Fortnite a couple of times. And so, first of all, I'm wondering, the specs. What size of game are we looking at? Like, Call of Duty Warzone is about 100 and something gigabyte. And on my PlayStation 4, that already drains a lot of power. So I'm just wondering how, what should we be looking at in terms of computer spec, for this game? And then also the gameplay, is it something that we must all use like mouse and keyboards, or will it like be together with like, let's say I have a PlayStation controller and I connect it to my laptop. Can I use the PlayStation controller to play the game? And then finally, sorry, I wrote the last question. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to ask about the future, the plan for governance, the governance token, because I asked the question one time in the publication, and they mentioned something about the governance token coming in sometime in the future. Could you elaborate a little bit about that? So those are my questions.
So, first off, we do plan to heavily optimize the game. So as many people as possible will be able to play it. We're shooting for as much optimization as World of Warcraft is. I mean, World of Warcraft, you can play a game, you can play the game with a 10, 15, 20-year-old computer pretty much. I mean, it's not going to look great at any means, but we plan on pretty much optimizing to the point where we will be able to get this on mobile as well, as I see somebody ask the question in the chat there. We plan on sourcing this to as many places as possible that will accept us. As far as playing with a controller, we will have controller support in the future where you can go USB or Bluetooth with your gaming laptop or computer. We just want to branch out to as many places as we can to get eyes on Psyber X.
And then finally, the question about governance token, because I'd like to know how that is going to work.
What was that? I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. I'm on my mobile device. I apologize.
Okay. I asked about the governance token. I asked the question one time, and then I was told that there'll
I
be
see.
the users will be able to participate in the governance, the future direction of the project through some governance token. Probably stake based. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if you can elaborate.
So eventually we will have a governance token. That's later down the road, but pretty much you'll be airdropped depending on level holdings for the governance token. It'll pretty much be used to add more content in the future. What's voted in, what isn't. But that, like I said, is way down the road and not something we're looking at currently with what we have.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us, Bellamo. Go ahead.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you're welcome. So anyone else that would like to ask a question, go ahead and put your hand up. We'll start with question number 19 now. Well, I guess it would be 20, technically. In one of the official Psyber X marketing posts, I read that land sales will begin next week. If this is so, when a land is purchased, will the buyer have access to the land immediately? Remember, the game is still in its first phase. If yes, can you state in clear terms what the buyer can actually do with the land before the actual game is released? If no, then when will the buyer have access to his or her purchased land?
So with the land NFT, you'll actually get 2 perks as well. Just want to throw that out there. But as far as the game not being released, you won't have access to your land immediately. It'll be an NFT, just like other big games that are selling land or other objects or NFTs, excuse me, before the game is released. It's pretty much your property, but it's not accessible. You will have access to the NFT, but as far as being in the game yet, that will be it's pretty much self-fulfilling. So if we have enough interest in the land, it'll pretty much push that to the front of the line on priority items after the major aspects of the game are completed.
Okay, apologies. I have removed a couple of questions that were answered with really thorough answers by you, so that's cool. You've saved a couple of minutes here, but this one might have been answered. I'm just doing a whole lot at the same time, so I might have missed it. Question 20. I understand it is still early in development, but what is a rough estimate for a playable game to the general public?
We still plan on this year.
All right, so that means basically this person asking probably hasn't kept too close up with the project. We've announced end of year is our release goal here. So question 21. When we build a character, can we sell the character themselves all armored up, or just individual pieces? Once you get a character, are you stuck with it? And I think they're thinking about the RPG aspect of leveling up the armor and NFTs. Oh, we're going to hold off on this question for just a moment. So I wanted to let you guys know, in case you care, on one of the early questions about entry into the game, where we are going to be setting tournaments and setting brawls and setting up matches. So you can set it up so it's a 5 level each entry, a 500, a whatever you want. I plan to put a lot of 1 level entry tournaments where I cover the fee for new players, like several of them for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds a day. So I'm checking on the stage. We have Silver and Cervantes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So we have a couple people on stage.
I did hear the question. Essentially, everything will be separated. You wouldn't be able to sell a character with all the different items on it. That will be done in the loadout screen before the before the load into Psyber X. So each item comes individually.
All right, Cervantes, you should have a notification up in the top of your Discord to join the stage in the stage room. I'll go ahead and invite, oh, almost invited Silver to the stage because not sure if Cervantes is with it or not. So I will also, all right, I'm going to go ahead and invite Jim Crypto up to the stage. He just showed interest. Go ahead and ask your question, Jim.
Guys, Jim here. How you doing? Can everyone hear
What's going
me?
on, Jim?
Hey, how's it? So yeah, I wanted to ask a question. You know, when it comes to play to earn gaming and cryptocurrency, everyone wants to know about the economies, how everything's going to work. But like, how's the game going to be fun? You know, because one thing about play to earn is they're very sloggy. Like every day you're going in, you're playing the same matches, you know, like it just feels like work. I mean, is this game going to be fun? Because I think that's what we need on Hive. We need something that people actually want to get up in the morning and play just because it's a super fun game. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely plan on making it fun. I mean, we're shooting for pretty much like a mix of Call of Duty and Fortnite. So if you find those type of games fun, you'll find our game fun.
Yeah. And I saw people were asking, will there be a mobile version? Because I know a lot of play-to-earn gamers do use phones. Will this be computer-based, or will they be able to use like a really good smartphone?
So at first, it will be computer-based only, but we will export to mobile in the future once we get all the optimization down. And pretty much, we just got to get set up for it.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. Someone else can ask a question. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, and Jim also asked the very last question we had, which was, will it be available on mobile? So
yeah, I had answered that as well during one of the last questions too. So
yep, and Cervantes was also answered. And let me check this stage. We have a hand up. Silver, we're inviting you to the stage. Check your notifications.
I think Cervantes has a question as well. I think he got skipped over.
I thought he said it was answered. I'll double check. Will Alpha Land be rentable?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, Cervantes. I think in the pack that's being released this week will be 3 NFTs, all sellable or rentable in the market. So, back to the stage.
What we pretty much want to do is, even if you aren't the biggest gamer in the world and you still want to have, you know, your piece of the pie within Psyber X, you can rent out your stuff, and pretty much if you want, when you do want to come back, I mean, everything's there for you, and you didn't lose a whole bunch of progress because you didn't play every day. I mean, that's the biggest aspect of it. I mean, I know we have some older players here that think they may lose out if they don't play every day, but that's not the fact. I mean, you'll be able to have many different ways of earning in Psyber X.
All right, and I don't see anyone's hand up. Anybody else have any questions? So we're looking at 11:59. If we keep this going for a couple of more minutes, we can get the late goers that might be just showing up for a 12 o'clock AMA, since we did start this early, and give them a chance to answer some questions. So anybody has
There
any
are a
more
couple of
questions?
questions that I've seen in the chat that I'd like to answer real quick.
Oh, that'd be great. I missed a few, obviously. So thank you, sir.
So, Engine Woody said that, not gonna lie, the land thing scares me. Splinterlands is over a year into land and haven't done much but sell it. So, how long before it is a thing in Cyber X? I was talking to Bob about this yesterday, and I told him, I was like, it pretty much is self feeding. If there's a lot of interest for it, it's gonna come out a lot sooner. I mean, we could get something like this within, I mean, probably quarter two of next year after the full game launch. I mean, we can get this going pretty quick. I mean, it won't be amazing, but you'll have something tangible to, play with within the game. And then Mr. Khan had a question about.
We lost you, J-Boss.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep,
There we go.
got you now.
So Mr. Khan had a question about the white paper roadmap with a plan before the land sale. It necessary to see what's coming. Yes, I think that we'll have an updated white paper, including the land as well. That way, we're able to pretty much show our roadmap for that as well. Hopefully, everybody got to see our white paper that we just released not too long ago.
So Richard missed the. Or actually, no, he's looking at a tournament type question, I think. So can, like Splinterlands, we can go and sponsor tournaments with other tokens. Can other tokens be added to the antes or the pots on top of level?
I believe that we can set something like that up in the future. Maybe a while, but we can set something up like that, definitely.
What's cool here also, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that you guys asked about that governance token. So every level holder outside of the staff are going to get a drop of that token. And as of now, before the official governance happens, all of us big level holders and founder are right there in the developer's ear, throwing ideas at them. I mean, a couple are undoable or several years off, but we've got a lot of cool ideas, and you guys have a lot of cool ideas, and we're just trying to bring this awesome game to Hive and build in some bridges to Ethereum and Binance and get this thing bridged all over the place. Anything else?
I just saw a funny question. When you get killed in the game, do you lose your shit? I just talked to Bob about this yesterday. I was telling, he was scared. He's like, dude, if I die, am I gonna lose my stuff?
Well,
I was like, no. I mean, they're NFTs. You're gonna be fine. I mean, you'll drop it. I mean, if you get, you'll drop it, and there'll probably be a cooldown or something along that line. But you'll be able to respawn with it in the future, not too long after.
So another question, is the game hosted on a large server? Remember Splinterlands had months of crashes. when the flood of new players join the market? And how have we
We
prepared
are
for
using.
scalability?
We actually have a custom backend that we're building on top of AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. It will be highly scalable, but with the testing coming up, we will only have the server ready for probably about 50 people max to begin with.
So it sounds like it's going to roll out in phases. We'll start out a little small, 50-50 brawls one at a time, and then expand from there. Oh, and just to let you gentlemen know, ladies and gents, the AWS servers, I think Splinterlands uses them now also for about half of theirs or more, is what Fortnite uses. It's what a lot of the big games use with handles millions of players daily, like 1.5 million almost average, give or take, for Fortnite alone. So, any more questions?
Yeah.
See. Oh, go ahead, sir.
I saw Ingenuity's question here. Pretty much fighting for pink slips, I guess. Yeah, I mean, maybe it would probably be, not on Psyber X itself, but if you wanted to do some back alley stuff, you could probably do that.
So, this is why Bob and a few people were probably scared, is because I talked about, I always talk about my dreams of how the game's going to go. It doesn't mean that I'm the game dev or the guy that decides it. And so I have said some things about, jacking some people's NFTs. So when we get to the metaverse side of the game, and there's a whole world to go down, there will be safe zones where you don't, get shot at, and you can actually sign up, do business, and different kinds of fun things. And we'll have somebody wants to have a bar with bar fights in the back. We're going to do that. There's going to be all kinds of cool, fun stuff. But I also, like I think Pimp wants, is a pimp district where if you go in there, you better go in your underwear because you might not come out with anything else.
Yep. I saw K-Sam's question here. Since it is a massive multiplayer online game, can you or your land be attacked by other players in your absence? Yes. This will be a real-time environment, so you will be able to have your land attacked, but you will also have, bots, robots that you'll be able to hire for your compound to protect it, and hopefully you have a big enough gang where somebody can keep post while you're sleeping. Find somebody on the other, and if you're in the United States, find somebody in Europe to watch it while you're sleeping. Or just get enough defenses.
Definitely. So Bob the Builder's here. Do you have any questions for us, Bob? He's like, why'd you start early without me? So we have another question. I saw.
Man, he got the full rundown yesterday already.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. I did see on here, I came on at 12 o'clock sharp, ready for this, ready to start shooting you guys. And then I saw you came in an hour early. I'm like, wow, I'm already dead on the ground. So I'm curious to see what the other questions were from the last hour, but I got to figure that out, I guess.
Well, Bob,
I got to see what questions were asked.
Well, Bob,
It's recorded. Yes.
Yes. So we will have this on the blockchain. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So I see a question. I don't know if this got asked or answered. Will there be a limit as to what we can sell in our kiosks? Say I wanted to sell some D-City cards or something from NFT Showroom. Will things like that?
Why would you want to sell that?
Well, I
So,
talking about the metaverse here.
So we'll probably connect up something like, since we don't have to rely on the app stores and everything like that, we'll probably have something like Shopify, where you can connect up and you'll actually be able to sell your own products within the game on your own property. Obviously, it's a long time from there, but we'll build up to it. You can also put up, ad spaces for your YouTube channel or whatever it may be. That type of stuff will be able to be purchased within game as well.
Okay, I see a question here with some nice reactions to it. Are there any plans for commercial release, i.e., Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, non-decentralized, like centralized releases? It looks like.
What was that?
Are there any plans for commercial release, like Xbox, PlayStation, Steam?
So the only ones that we've spoken to so far, and the only ones that have been open to us, is Stadia, which is, I believe, created by. You know what? I don't remember who made Stadia. I apologize. I spoke with them. They are. It's Google. Thank you, Larry. So they're open to us once the game's fully launched and we have a big enough community. Everyone else is way too centralized. I mean, you have Steam, you have pretty much all the other big platforms, Xbox, PlayStation. They would never in 100 years probably accept crypto or play to earn games. Hopefully in the future that'll change, but as of now, there is no way for that.
So it looks like Daddy Spartan is showing a little concern for his land. He's worried about getting 100 automatic turrets and some other things like from Alien 2. Would there be any kind of like financial consequences, or what would be the result of your land being attacked while, say, you're offline?
It would mostly just be a cooldown period before you can just start rebuilding. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything, but you're going to have a cooldown period before you can use the different utilities that land will give you. Say it's a compound, you won't be able to upgrade your weapons at home or whatever it may be. I mean, small consequences, but just mostly cooldowns.
Okay, and this is a question from me, I guess, to reiterate on that. If we, let's say, like, what's the reasoning for doing this? Like, if I were to become a warlord in the game and just start a gang or whatever, or just join the pimp district there and be a pirate with them or whatever. Let's just say I'm robbing people's land. Do I get like the various airdrop earnings that they might have been stacking up? Is that stuff I'm stealing? Is so I'm not taking any of their assets, but I'm stealing what they were going to airdrop if they didn't have adequate defense or team or anything set up?
Correct. You would pretty much gain access to whatever they didn't fully lock down, per se. So you wouldn't be able to, take anything from the actual compound itself, from the land, but you could take pretty much untethered objects, per se. So armor left out or guns or anything that's not pretty much locked down within a safe, you're kind of screwed.
Cool. So people are throwing some ideas about that stuff out there as well. I'm checking. There's no hands up. And we had
50 turrets sounds about right, Daddy Spartan.
5%.
Just wait till you guys see my compound.
Uh-oh. Oh, I imagine the cartel will have a nice compound in there somewhere. We've had some ideas for some other hive tribes in some games within the metaverse, but we're not really blasting names or ideas out there publicly because it's years from development for that stuff. We're going to get this game launched by the end of the year so we can shoot each other and start earning some level tokens and we'll go from there.
Let me ask you this one. It says Richard has asked this a couple times. I'm finally caught up to 12 o'clock in the questions. Can other tokens be added to the antes or pots on top of level? Did you guys answer that?
Yeah, we did in voice
Okay.
chat.
Okay, cool.
And that's
Good.
another part of this whole thing being a great deal. You can't go into a lot of these games that are going to be, let's not say that this is going to be, but has the potential to be a blockbuster, and actually talk to the founder and deal with them and almost have a little say in the guidance, because he wants your opinions. It's really cool. And giving away.
Yeah, I mean, we just
Go ahead.
honestly, we just want to build the game together. I mean, if you guys don't like something, we'll get rid of it. I mean, it's no big deal. I want to build this game with a community. I don't want us to be the defining factor for everything.
It's just like getting into Facebook at the very beginning. You'd have been able to talk to Mark Zuckerberg, no problem, but you can't get a hold of him now.
I want to be here on the front lines, just like so. Jeff Bezos.
I want to shoot you on the front lines too.
I mean, you have Jeff Bezos. He's not my favorite guy, but did you know that every single email that he gets that is poor customer service actually gets forwarded to his personal email?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, cool little fact.
Bellamo's asking, will there be kill streak bonuses like recon and stuff like that? And will I lose my kill streak bonus?
Dude, kill streaks are going to be so sick in this game. So, if for anybody familiar with, let's say, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty, kill streaks were crazy. I mean, you have the Harrier strikes. Pretty much, you have a huge carpet bomb across the map, and then a Harrier will float over the map and will pretty much blast anybody that's nearby. That's pretty much what we have set up with, we have our Saber, the heavy assault aircraft. We have that set up that'll play the role of the Harrier. I mean, there will be plenty of kill streaks leading up to some that are very powerful that we can't talk about yet.
And his second part of his question, will he lose his kill streak bonus if he's offline and gets looted?
No, you will not lose NFTs or kill streaks.
So these kill streaks are essentially NFTs, and they are like the other NFTs where they're upgradable over time, leveling up of sorts, and you keep them forever, and they just have shorter cooldown periods as they level up and get stronger. Is that what I understand?
That's correct.
So right now, guys, we're starting out in our little alpha version is a 50 versus 50 brawl, but after that, developing a metaverse, open world, multiplayer, massive online open world thing where we're going to have all kinds of crazy games. At that point, we're going to invite all the Hive games to come and put their games inside of the metaverse. So hopefully within the next few years, we're going to have some breakthrough gaming stuff bringing Hive mainstream.
Really cool. So I got a question for you about characters. We had a contest recently about characters. We had a bunch of them that were made up. It was really, really neat. As far as characters within the game, do we know any of the characters other than Gigas?
Yeah, I have quite a few of the stories written up. It's just, I didn't know. Nobody really asks, so I just kind of keep the stories and everything to myself. But I have it all written up, just like Gigas.
Can we report them to their mom? That's funny.
Oh, I expect a bunch of 10-year-olds to be talking crap, killing me, calling me an old noob.
Hey, you'll probably have better NFTs though.
And did you talk about
True.
the first person viewer versus the third person viewer?
Yeah, we will. I think we missed that earlier. We will have first person and third person. because some people prefer the opposite. That's very important to me.
Yeah. So when the character first starts out and has no NFTs, are we going to have kind of like some fun stuff in there, kind of like an Elon Musk type humor, where maybe they're running around in not underwear per se, but maybe like some like a unisuit with a butt flap or something?
Yeah, you're gonna have some. We have something planned for this. I don't want to say too much yet, but essentially, a level 1 player can kill, somebody that's well equipped, and you could take their weapons to use temporarily within that match. So everybody has a chance. It's just,
And you'll get a
yeah,
death during that match.
it'll
You're
be
not going
fun
to
at the beginning.
Yeah. So JDR, you said, what does first person viewer mean? Basically, you're looking at the gun. If you saw the preview, you're holding the gun and running around, and all you see is the gun bouncing around, representing that you're running. Third person view is when you actually see the guy from the backside, right? Kind of like a Fortnite view
Or Gears of War.
or Gears of War. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Kind of like when you have driving games, sometimes you have the view where you look over the top of the car, or you can look at it from the driver's view. So that's the first or third person.
Dude, Army of Two was such a good game.
Yeah, there you go, K-Sam. That's a vision
Yeah,
of a
that's first person.
person view. Will there be other things inside the gameplay? For instance, I know my son, when he plays Fortnite, there are little toads that you can shoot and get little things to heal. Are there going to be fun little Easter eggs like that?
Yeah, there's probably going to be boosts, within the gameplay. So, I mean, you can have your perks. You're going to have 4 set amount of perks that you can load out with into the game. But throughout the map, you'll be able to find temporary, pretty much like speed boost or, reloading, fast boost, stuff like that. I mean, you'll be able to find those throughout the map.
Excellent. Belemo says, can we create in-game voice chat parties like on PlayStation?
Yeah, of course. That's a huge factor for an FPS game.
And we also have, I would assume, you're going to have the option to mute that so you don't have to hear people. Like if my son's playing, I don't want to hear him
Oh, yeah.
listening to everybody. Got some good questions coming here. Okay, so Jim Crypto says, will it be easy for non-crypto people to sign up and play? I first played Splinterlands with all knowledge of crypto, and I don't know if he kind of misspelled that a little bit, but that's all right. And managed to sign up with my credit card. Those hundreds of millions of gamers in the world should be able to get in easily. Even a wallet sign up can turn people off the game. So will it be easy for non-crypto people to sign up and play?
So we've been thinking about that as well. We think that what we're going to do is create a pretty much off-chain version of Psyber X in the future where nobody even has to be involved with crypto, where they don't have to sign up for the wallet. It'll just be pretty much like a demo. You'll be able to just sign up with your email, username, and play Psyber X. It'll be completely separate from what everybody here would be playing, but it will give them a taste of pretty much what's going on. It'll walk them through a tutorial, pretty much, hey, you're on the outside of. It'll just kind of ease them into what's going on.
Well, now I know that the Leo, right? They have made it, or they're saying they're making it so that people can get an account just from their Twitter account. Are we going to have something easy like that for people to come in?
Ooh, I'll have to look into that. Leo's always coming up with awesome new tools.
Yeah. All right. JDR says, any plans for VR, for virtual reality capabilities?
No VR planned as of now. Cool little project that somebody else is working on. Can't really talk too much about it as of now, but it's going to be within the Psyber X universe.
Okay. See any others, Troy?
I like this Papa Crusher question.
which
Go
we've
for
heard
it.
the answer, but are there plans to build off of the success of the game to develop other games, like, say, starting from nothing survival game? I think Daddy
Oh yeah,
is.
of course.
Oh,
That's the big thing here is, I mean, Cyber X is pretty much just going to fuel all the other games. I mean, if it becomes a huge success, we'll have multiple development teams developing other games as on top of the Cyber X. I hate the word, but metaverse.
The cyber universe.
and so we have talked about this, but it hasn't been asked in here. But on the lands in that Cyber X metaverse, when this thing starts getting built, or let's say when it releases, several years from now, unless we, somehow get all the developers that are always unavailable to join us at the same time. The land is going to be so intriguing the way it's going to be used, from if you want passive income to just renting, leasing it out, to, if let's say you've become a level millionaire or something crazy, and you don't care about money and you just want to build a mansion and have your gang guard you and have some fun in the game. That's kind of what I want to do in the game. Otherwise it's like
See,
thinking of a business where it's going to make some money.
yeah, the thing with Cyber X is our ultimate goal is to have you play what you want to play. Of course, it's going to be in the beginning a first person shooter, but it's going to evolve into way more than that. I mean, if you want to be a farmer or freaking gunsmith or pretty much whatever the economy, the user driven economy needs, will become viable, and you'll be able to do that within the game. You never have to shoot anybody if you don't want to. I mean, if you're needed, you're needed. If you're not, you're not.
Go to a safe zone, right? Go to a safe zone so you don't get shot.
Exactly.
All right, Jim Crypto says, can you please tell us what we can get in those NFT packs being sold? The 100 HBD packs, the HIVE backed dollar packs. You want to tell them?
What was that?
Jim wants to know what are the two things that are going to be in there other than the land in the starter kits?
It's 2 perks that we won't tell anybody yet.
We're going to release it soon, Jim. Get your monies ready. And then Belemo says, will headshots be a thing?
Yeah, of course. What kind of first person shooter would be without headshots, man?
Actually, we're going to go for leg shots. Leg shots will be stronger than headshots because you only have 2 of them, and if you shoot between them, you'll miss. Just kidding. Belemo says, will there be a calling card or some stuff that alerts people when I shoot their head? Will it be like Fortnite when you get shot, you get to follow the person who shot you and see what they do?
Yeah, we have an observation setup that we'll have as well, just like Fortnite. One thing I saw earlier, somebody said that if they wanted to start a casino, if that was a possibility, we have plans for the commercial plots where you'll be able to build a full size casino and run it as you'd like.
Well, that sounds just as exciting as having a flower shop. All right, JDR says, can you explain the crates and the land packs? I know you did a little bit of that. And it says, do you have to do anything to be a mod builder? You kind of explained that to me yesterday, how that kind of works, but go ahead and give him an explanation.
So land will work. I think I explained this earlier as well. So let me give it. So you have pretty much like a cookie cutter, let's say a bar. Here we go again with the bar example. I must need a drink or something. So
a pre-built pack, a pre-built building.
it's a pre-built cookie cutter pack that you'll be able to drop in a bar and start operating it. It's pretty much, you can create a safe zone, or you can make it, like a, motorcycle bar. Don't care. But you'll be able to use that, pretty much copy paste, put that in, and use it straight off the bat. Or you'll have all the puzzle pieces to put it together the way that you want to put it together. It all just depends
essentially
on
you'll have this big area with a bunch of items, walls, pictures, little trinkets, furniture, whatever you could put in there. You could dress it up your own way that you at Reptile Studios are going to build, and then the people who own land can put whatever into their land that they want to make it the way they want, situate the rooms they want, trigger little different things to say yes, this is safe, or no, this is not safe. Right? Does that sound about right?
That's correct. In the future,
Yeah.
we'll have the modding community jump in as well. Those familiar with Steam will know well that, games that are 5-10 years old still have content coming out from the modding community, which is huge, and that's what keeps a game fresh. That's what we want. We want to be able to incentivize modders and, just get some good content, so long as it's nothing too crazy. We want to turn into I would say, like, rated M version of Second Life without all the absolute craziness.
So as far as what you need to become a mod builder, essentially what I'm hearing is you need a computer and a mouse and a keyboard.
Yeah,
You don't have to know coding.
That's about it, and some
plug and play.
And some abilities.
Yeah. All right, that was the one question. Let's see what else has popped up here. Are people wanting to shoot people in the head? Cock shots, yes. Yeah, shoot somebody in the crotch and you take them out. I think it's a great idea. A bonus for an arrow in the knee. Yes.
Jim, in phase 2, Psyber X will be an open world environment.
But we will not lose our arenas and the things, the worlds that we're going to be
Hey, that's from
in.
Gary's mod.
Yeah, those will be added into the metaverse, and whoever's land gets a arena on it where the battles are fought will get taxes from people putting in money on those.
I love that GIF. That's so funny.
So K-Sam says, if I'm a trader, a bartender, a DJ, etc., will I still play the game with the first-person shooter perspective, or will it be a third-person perspective for those unique personalities or professions? I think you kind of hit that. Basically, you'll get to choose first or third, yeah.
That third-person shooter angle is really nice for making little fun videos and kind of challenges and competitions we're going to probably have once the game launches to have some little party type fun and make little fun videos with the voice and such. We can all see our names over and post those on social media to help get the game trending and such.
Yeah. So as far as the crates go, because we did talk about the lands, but didn't really hit on the crates, at least since I've been in here. The crates, as I understand it, you're going to be able to buy a crate, and then you have a choice of either opening the crate or leaving the crate shut. And if you open the crate, you get 5 NFTs that are random to you based on percentages, like any other game, like a pack. Does that sound about right?
Sorry, the baby came in here again.
That's okay. I got 5 kids myself. I get it. So as far as the crates go, I assume that you'll be able to leave it closed, like a baseball card pack, right? That you could sell as the pack to somebody else, or you could open it, find what's in it, and have those 5 NFTs that are all going to be based on percentages of difficulty or rarity, and then you could sell those NFTs separately. So you'll have the choice to keep the crate closed or to open it and sell them individually, or rent them or keep them. Right?
Yep, that is correct. So you'll be able to keep it closed and pretty much think what could be inside there forever and sell it to somebody else and they can find out. Or you can open it right then and there and, like a kid on Christmas, find out what's inside.
Yeah. So Hiro Nakamura says, when are we going to expect the drop? He's not talking about balls dropping and getting a deeper voice. He's talking about when are those crates going to drop?
As soon as the marketplace launches, you're going to have free reign over your airdrop crates and get on in there.
And he says, are we going to have the opportunity to trade our cards? So not just sell them, but trade. Interesting.
Trade crates?
It says trade cards, so I assume that's NFTs. So that could be a crate or cards, because the crate itself is going to
Trading
be an
cards
NFT, right?
will probably be done off platform. You can only sell them on the marketplace, not
So
trade them.
will renting be done offline also?
What's that?
Renting, will that be done offline too, or would that also take
No,
place
that
on
will be done on the marketplace.
Nice. Okay, I'm reading through.
All right, I think we got to start wrapping this up. Let's take 2 more questions. The girls are getting antsy here.
Some of these guys are funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat. So, like Joseph asked, any body parts that you can shoot and aim for faster damage. I think that would be like any game, headshots and center mass.
Ingenuity, there are 10,000 airdropped crates. You can do the math off the top holders. I mean, we're probably not even 10% through that amount yet, so quite a bit of airdrop crates.
Good post on that by Hey, Have You Heard? That did the math recently. So it looks like it's probably going to go for probably 5 or 6 months of dropping based on the numbers in the top.
Yeah.
JDR says, are crate values going to increase? Well, JDR, it depends. If Jay Boss and his team all die all of a sudden, then crate value is going to go down. If the game is produced and it does really well, then you would speculate that it would go up. It just depends on what's in the crates and what's going to be made after the crates. Usually in a game like this, the alpha version of whatever it is that they're putting out usually goes up in value. And I can liken it to Magic the Gathering that I played years and years ago. The first cards are now worth thousands of dollars, not worth, $5 or $6 when you first bought them. So that's a speculative question, but you can kind of make up your own mind on that. And JDR says, can I send weapons to another person in the game? I assume he means like dropping it behind a bush or something and letting somebody else grab it? Or do you mean as an observer?
We can do this. I believe there was somebody else asking about this a while ago, where if you're like really, you got all the good stuff and there's a good player on your team, you'll be able to drop them a weapon to use throughout that round. I mean, it won't be permanent.
Can you, as an observer, drop a weapon in the game or drop a weapon for somebody to use? Kind of like
no.
What was that movie that the rich people would pay money and drop stuff for players?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Dude, what?
Tribute. Kids were his tribute. Mockingjay.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah, there you go. So it's going to be anything like, you pay a couple bucks and drop a special weapon in front of somebody. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in the future, but that's not really in the plans as of now. I mean, obviously, we want to give an observer something to do, but at the same time, I mean, I'm sure that person wants to jump into the next match too.
Will you have themes? Will you have themes month to month? For instance, I know Fortnite has themes where they go from everybody was trying to kill one person instead of everybody trying to kill each other, and you could be Thanos, and then somebody else could try to kill you, whatever. You're gonna have themed months or themed seasons.
Yeah, we plan on having seasons, different content.
Ingenuity says, so are these crates or are they different? Those are the founder NFTs, and they have special things that are attached to them, but those are not the crates. There
Hey,
you go. Troy just put in the
hey,
crate for you.
boss. He might be asking about the new crates, the new kit. Can I share the new graphic you just had made?
If you
Let's
share
wait.
it, they're gonna know what it is. You want to get the pictures on there first, I think.
Copy. Well, this is
No,
the
it's
cyber crate. The new
it's
crate's going to
complete.
be pretty.
Oh, is it? Okay. It's coming. Just get excited, guys.
All right, guys. The baby's attacking me now.
All right, so let's call this the conclusion of the AMA. If anyone wants to chat or hang out in the room, we'll leave the chat. The chat room's going to still be open. The stage is going to go away. Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining up. If you have any
See
other
you guys.
questions, you can just paste it in the AMA chat, and I'll reply to it today.
And if you guys have any ideas for contests, feel free to put those in there too.
Yep, this is true. We're definitely going to be running a lot of contests. If you guys want to win some free level, I've got 500,000 given away until March 10th.
Woohoo!
On my profile, Dynamic Crypto. You go look at Bob the Builders. Got all kinds of contests